A very good afternoon to one and all joined here with us. I'm Kavita Raju, Assistant Professor, Department of English. On behalf of GSS Jain College for Women, I cordially welcome you all to the International Faculty Development Program on Finance and Entrepreneurship organized by GSS JC and the Board of FTP. Let's commence by invoking the Almighty. Prayer song, please. Could we have a prayer song? I think some technical fault is going on. Okay, now I request Dr. Lakshmi, Head Department of Accounting and Finance, to deliver the welcome address. Lakshmi ma'am, are you there? Lakshmi ma'am? Lakshmi ma'am? Lakshmi ma'am? Yeah, I request Dr. Lakshmi, Head Department of Accounting and Finance, to deliver the welcome address.
சொல்லுங்க மேம். பேசிடும். நான் வெல்கம் அட்ரஸ் பேசிடவா? கேட்டுச்சா? பிரேயர் சாங்.
Prayer song, I didn't hear anything. Now your voice is audible. You can proceed with that, ma'am.
Okay.
Your voice is audible. You can proceed with your welcome address.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon to one and all present here. It's my immense pleasure to welcome our esteemed chief guest, Professor Entlida Lulaj, Professor Assistant at the Faculty of Management in Tourism, Hospitality and Environmental University, Peja State of Kosovo. I heartily welcome you, ma'am. It's my great honor to extend a hearty welcome to our Honorable Secretary, sir, and our esteemed Principal, madam, for this FDP program. It's my duty to welcome fellow faculty members, parents, students who belong to GSS and various other parts of the country. Now it's time to introduce our renowned guest of the gathering, Professor Entlida Lulaj. She is a Doctor of Science in Finance and Accounting, works as a Assistant Professor at the Faculty of Management in Tourism, Hospitality and Environment, University, Extica, Peja State of Kosovo. She is the co-founder of BORN, Ambassador for Finance Evaluation, Ambassador for Women Tech, as well as the Ambassador for Research and Innovation. She is the Country Director of the International Young Society and Country Director of World Voice International. She is a member of the editorial board of many magazines in different countries of the world, such as USA, Belgium, Germany, Denmark, Ukraine, India, Pakistan, Philippines, etc. She has a great experience in international conference as a supervisor, as a member of scientific committee, as a member of editorial board, association chair in universities, institutes and various countries of the world as follows: Belgium, France, Switzerland, Austria, Turkey, United Kingdom, South Korea, India, Italy, etc. She is a reviewer in prestigious journals on Scopus and Web of Science such as United Kingdom and Switzerland. She has also excellent experience as a visiting professor to lecture on economics, finance, accounting, education, teaching, research, and many other topics related to economic development, financial stability, and quality enhancement in higher education at many universities, institutes, NGOs, symposiums, summits, workshops, webinars around the world such as United States, India, Indonesia, Egypt, Philippines, Belgium, Germany, Italy, Iran, Australia, Iran, Egypt, Malaysia, and the list goes on. She has completed many trainings and programs in the field of economics, finance, accounting, research, management, diversity, etc. in world universities of various countries. She is a member of Institute of Economics, Education and Research, has experience in project through Tempex programs. She is the winner of many awards in the world such as teaching, science, creative ideas, a successful women, peace, etc. In Kosovo, she has excellent experience in many functions within the state as a member of University Board, Senate, a coordinator for academic development and quality assurance, member of Commission for Internationalization, and the member of many various committees within the faculty and the university. She is a distinguished student in Kosovo and now has a number of acknowledgement from the students as a distinguished professor. She is ready for the collaboration and teamwork. She thanks the God for all the successes. We are greatly honored with the presence of Professor Enklida Lulaj amidst us today. We welcome you, ma'am, and thank you once again for accepting our invitation to be the chief guest of the session. Thank you, ma'am. I welcome you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Greetings to all of you. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I think all her achievements and credentials are uncountable. So much she's achieved. I once again extend a warm welcome to Dr. Enklida Lulja. Now I request my guest speaker, Dr. Lulja, to share her thoughts and take over the session.
Please, can you allow me to share my screen? Hi, can you allow me? Because my okay, it's great. Greetings to all of you. Thank you so very much for inviting me. I'm very honored and grateful to be here. So I am Professor Enkelida Lulaj from State of the Kosovo. I work at the University Haji Zeka Faculty of Management in Tourism, Hospitality and Environment. I am Professor of Finance and Accounting today. So once again, for inviting me, really, I am very glad and I'm very honored to be here. Today I will talk about role of financial management in entrepreneurship. I will make a relation or connection with a scientific paper published in Web of Science, and you can see at the end of this lecture so many recommendations that will help the businesses. So you will also see which businesses have the most stable financial position based on econometric model. So once again, thank you for inviting me. In this slide, you can see overview, general information for entrepreneurship, financial manager, role of financial manager, role of entrepreneurs, etc. A new point of view about businesses, how to be successful in companies, learn a special skill about 100 businesses or companies that change basic attitude. So what about this slide? What is an entrepreneur? Please keep in mind because it's very important for you as a student or as a financial manager in business or as a leader or as an entrepreneur. So an entrepreneur is an individual who creates a new business, new company, bearing most of the risk and enjoying most of the rewards as well. So the process of setting up a business or a company is known as an entrepreneurship. The entrepreneur is a commonly seen as an innovator. Please keep in mind, as innovator, a source of a new ideas, goods and services, and businesses or processes. So entrepreneurs play a key role in any businesses, in any economy, using the skills and initiative necessary to anticipate needs and bringing out new ideas to market. So entrepreneurs that proves to be successful in taking on the risk of creating a startup in rewarded with profits or fame and continue growth opportunities as well. It's very important to know more key takeaways about entrepreneur. So a person who undertakes the risk of starting a new business or company venture is called an entrepreneur. Or entrepreneur creates a firm or companies to realize their idea, known as entrepreneurship, which aggregates capital and labor in order to produce goods and services for profit. And ensuring funding is key for entrepreneurs, financing resources including loans and crowdfunding. The ways entrepreneurs file and pay taxes will depend on how the business is set up in terms of structures. So please keep in mind, because entrepreneurs is highly risky but also can be tried rewarding, as it serves to generate economy, wealth, growth, and innovation as well. How to become an entrepreneur? As students, maybe you have any idea how to become entrepreneur or financial manager or leader, etc. So you will learn more about some steps how to become an entrepreneur. First of all, the first step number one is ensure financial stability. What about this step? What is important about this step? So the first step is not a strict requirement, but is definitely recommended while entrepreneurs have built successful businesses or companies while being less than financially flush. No example Facebook or Meta or any other successful businesses. Another step how to become an entrepreneur is build a diverse skill set. What about this step? So, building a skill set can be achieved through learning and trying new tasks in real world settings. For example, if an aspiring entrepreneur has a background in finances, they can move into a sales role at their existing company or businesses to learn the soft skills necessary to be successful. Through going to college, it isn't necessary to build a successful business or companies. It can teach young individuals a lot about the world in many other ways. It is not true that majoring in entrepreneurship is necessary to start a business. People that have built successful businesses have majored in many different subjects, and doing so can open your eyes to different way of thinking that can help you in establishing your businesses. Another step or another factor how to become an entrepreneur is consume content across multiple channels. So, as an aspiring entrepreneur, should always familiarize themselves with the world around them so they can look at industries with a fresh perspective, giving them the ability to build a business around a specific sector. Identify a problem to solve. So please keep in mind, because it's very important for you as a student, how to identify a problem to solve. So it is important to combine steps 3 and 4, as I mentioned before. So it is possible to identify a problem to solve by looking at various industries as an outsider. This often provides an aspiring entrepreneur with the ability to see a problem others might owe. Another step, solve that problem. So only through adding value to a specific problem, an online appointment system that makes it easier to book appointments. Network like crazy. What about this step? So most entrepreneurs can do it alone. The business world is cutthroat. One of the getting any help you can with always help and reduce the time it takes to achieve a successful businesses. Example, attending conferences, emailing and calling people in the industry, speaking to your cousins, friends, brothers who is in a similar business will help you get out into the world as discover people that can guide you. Once you have your foot in the door with the right people, conducting a business becomes a lot easier. So lead by example. Every entrepreneur needs to be a leader within their company, their businesses. Simply doing the day-to-day requirements will not lead to success. A leader needs to work hard, motivate, and inspire their employees to reach their best potential, which will lead to the success of the company or of the businesses. What about another step? So entrepreneurship financing. Given the riskiness of a new venture, it's very important for you to know more about entrepreneurship financing and resources for entrepreneurship, as well for money savvy, resilient, focused on your idea, on your innovation, on your strategy, on your politics, etc. Business smart, know how to manage money, and understanding financial statements are critical for anyone running their own business. And communication. So successful communication is important in almost every phase of life, regardless of what you do. It is also of the utmost importance in running a business or a company. What next? So in this slide, you will learn more about financial management, how about relationship with some factors or financial management cycle or some characteristic for financial management. So financial management means planning, organizing, directing and controlling the financial activities such as procurement and utilization of funds of the enterprise or businesses. It means applying general management principles to financial resources of the companies. So you will learn more about the objectives of financial management. As I am professor of financial management and finance, I would like to to speak more about objectives of financial management. So the financial management is generally concerted with procurement, as I mentioned before, allocation and control of the financial resources of a concern. So the objectives can be first, to ensure regular and adequate supply of funds to the concern, or to ensure adequate returns to the shareholders, which will depend upon the earning capacity, market price of the share, acceptation of the shareholders, etc., to ensure optimum funds utilization, to plan a sound capital structure. There should be sound and fair composition of capital so that a balance is made between debt and equity capital as well. So you will learn more about some function of the financial management. Example, estimation of capital requirements. A finance manager has to make estimation with regards to capital requirements of the company. This will depend upon accepted cost and profits and future programs and policy of a concern. Estimation have to be made in an adequate manner, which increases earning capacity of businesses or enterprises. So another function of a financial manager, determination of capital composition. It's very important for you as well. Or choice of sources of funds. Example, for additional funds to be procured, a company has many choice like issues of shares and debt, loans to be taken from banks and financial institutions, public deposits to be drawn like in form of bonds, etc. Investment of funds, the finance manager has to decide to allocate funds in profitable so that there is a safety and on investment and regular returns is possible. So in this slide you can see as well financial management cycle. So example, planning and budgeting has a good relation with resources and allocation in company, then resources and allocation with operation and monitoring, and in the end is evaluation and reporting for every step in your company. So financial managers perform data analysis and advise senior managers on profit and maximize ideas. As I mentioned before, some ideas for increase your profit, or some ideas for innovation in technology, in location, etc. So financial managers are responsible for the financial health of an organization or a company. They produce financial reports, direct investment activities, and develop strategies and plans for the long-term financial goals of their organization. So financial managers typically are prepare financial statements, business activity reports, and forecast, monitor financial details to ensure that legal requirements are met, or analyze market trends to find opportunity for exception or for other companies, or help management make financial decision, etc. So financial managers also do tasks that are specific to their company or industry. For example, government financial managers must be expert on government task and budgeting processes, and healthcare financial managers must know about issues in healthcare finances. Moreover, financial managers must be aware of special task laws and regulation that affect their industry. You will learn some about types of financial managers. So there are distinct types of of financial managers, each focusing on a particular area of management. So it's very important to know more about as well for important skills for financial managers. Example, communication, as I mentioned before. Excellent communication skills are essential because financial managers must explain and justify complex financial transaction or attention to detail. What about attention to detail? So, in preparing and analyzing reports such as balance sheets and income statements, financial managers must pay attention to detail, to every item in every transaction at your company. Math skills. So, financial managers must be skilled in math, including algebra, and understanding of international finance and complex financial documents also is very, very, very important. Organization skills. Financial managers deal with a range of information and documents. They must stay organized to do their jobs effectively. So another important skills for financial managers, example, management of cash, financial controls. So the financial manager has not only to plan, procure and utilize the funds, but they also has to exercise control over finances. This can be done through many techniques like ratio analysis or or financial forecasting or cost and profit control, etc. And now, so in this slide, you will see 3 modern financial management techniques that will change your company, will change your businesses. So whether you are a business or an individual, you have to find a way to manage your finances now and in the future as well. Please keep in mind because it's very, very important. The cost of everything continues to increase, and there is no sign that this trend of price increases will stop anytime soon. So, as a result, all companies, all businesses have to develop a financial management system to ensure their stability for many years to come. And this system has to provide the businesses in question with enough flexibility for them to continue to grow and pay for their necessary expenses. It also has to be strict enough to allow for money to be put away in the event in the event of future catastrophes. So please, it's very important for you this figure. Identify the risk. As a financial manager, as a leader, please identify the risk in your company. List hazards. List hazard causes. In that hazard identification or assess the risk. Analyze the risk control measure is very important as well, or make control decision. What are your best way to have a positive decision for your company? Or risk control implementation. Clarify implementation in every step, in every department and in every session. So supervise and review as well is very important for your company as well. So financial management is a challenge in a world where spending is seen as the key to getting ahead. You have to exercise as a leader or as a manager the utmost level of restraint if you want solvency to be in your future, at your company, at your businesses. Once you have established an effective budget, your worries about finances will become a thing of the past. So please, it's very, very important for you to keep in mind these three modern financial management techniques that will change your business or your companies. And what next? So in this slide, you can see the relation between entrepreneur and financial manager. So types of entrepreneurs, not every entrepreneur in the same and not all have the same goals. Here in this slide, you can see few types of entrepreneurs. Example, a builder, opportunity, innovator, specialist, etc. So successful entrepreneurs having a right management or better marketing strategy or a good financial planning, or entrepreneurs training business skills or entrepreneur skills, or entrepreneurs innovation, as I mentioned before, need for achievement in career, example, or focus of control, self-efficiency, risk-taking, goal-setting, creative and innovation, etc. What about as a builder? So builders seek to create businesses within a short time frame, or opportunistic entrepreneurs are optimistic individuals with the ability to pick out financial opportunities, getting in at the right time, or staying on board during the time of growth and existing when a business hits its peak. So what now? It's very important to know more about this relationship with this step. So the number one, analytical skills. It's very important. Prepare financial statements, business activity reports and forecasts. So financial managers increasingly assigned executives in making decisions that affect the organization or affect the business, a task for which they need analytical ability. Or financial managers deal with a range of information and documents. They must stay organized to do their job effectively. So analytical skills has a good relationship with communication. So as I mentioned before, communication is very, very important for success on your company. Another step in this slide, you will see supervise employees who do financial reporting and budgeting as well, or analyze market trends to find opportunity for exception or for acquiring other companies. Or another step is very important as well, is monitor financial details to ensure that legal requirements are met, and help management make financial decision. Analytical skills has a good relation with communication, then communication has a good relation with attention to detail. So in preparing and analyzing reports such as balance sheet, as I mentioned before, and income statements, financial managers must pay attention to detail. And financial managers must be skilled in math, as I mentioned, including and algebra, as I mentioned before. So what next? So in this slide, you can see these are advantages gained if you are a financial management expert. Example, the number one, financial management makes you a better macro manager, or turning your business or your company with proactive management or debts for business are easily approved. Or it's very important as well, quick formulation of an efficient financial plan for sharing with investors. Another step as advantage or as expert financial manager is accessibility to good tools for making critical financial decision or investing money on fixed assets wisely. It's very important as well, or effectively maintain inventory and accounts. Another step, clear knowledge of growth orientation and setting goals for sales or improvement in margin of a gross profit by effective pricing of your services and cutting the effective cost of the direct labor supplier price. All of this measure affect cost of products in your company. Another step as an expert in the field of finance and management, cutting down of administrative expenses and general cost plus a more efficient business management, planning for taxes, planning in advance for worker settlement, or executing sensitivity analysis with diverse fiscal variables involvement. So it's very important to know more about for this question example as a students, please, is very important for you why it can be crucial for financial manager or entrepreneur to raise money from sales. Please enter your answer in the chat, but it's okay. I would like you to keep in mind this question as a financial manager in the future. So, does financial innovation benefit the society? We live in a world which idolizes innovation, as I mentioned before. We tend to idolize companies or businesses which have produced some products which can be considered to be innovation. Example, innovation in technology, innovation in umbrella, in design, or etc. The underlying belief in the capitalistic system is that innovation is very beneficial. It is innovation which creates more value, and since the capitalistic system allows the creator of innovation to reap the most benefits, it's encourage innovation. So, however, when the word financial is put in the front of innovation, the opinions tend to change very, very, very fast. And in this slide, you can see this relation between some factors. Example, money relation allows to higher scale or advice mentoring or avoid mistakes to be faster. It's very important for you as well, or governance, right setup of the company or of the businesses, or setups trust and credibility for your company. It's so important, trust in your company as well. Credibility allows to partner, hire good employers, hire good staff. So allows to partner as or higher, as I mentioned, and social defense, and allows to partner hires. So these steps will need you to how to increase your money and how to be successful as an entrepreneur and as a financial manager in your company. And what next? So in this figure, you can see some steps to how to increase your money. Example, currency in my state is euros. And if, for example, some advice for you as a students, how to increase your money in your company. innovation in technology, or good communication, or good relationship with your staff, with your employers, with your furniture, or with another teams included in your company. And so please keep in mind, it's very important for you. Do not worry about attention. In general, you need attention from the right people. Then you need attention from the right people. It's very important for you. So what next? You can see one magnet, how to increase your money at your companies. So you can see good relationship with some agreements, or you can pick up your best strategy, or best how to say, best politics for your company. You also learn to know more about how to make your relation with your staff, with your employers, with your leaders, or with your managers, or uh, or how to work in teams on group for any idea. What are the best idea for your company is the best to grow up your business, or any other ideas. And so this question also is very important for you. Please type investors in chat if you are more interested in investors perspective. Please type startup if you are more interested in the entrepreneur's perspective. So you need to learn more about if you are interested in investors, or if you are interested in the entrepreneur's perspective. So in this slide, you can see some doors are closed, and one door is open. So access example the opportunity to invest, not evaluation, not negotiation, not collaboration. Explain most of a variation in your success in your company. So financial management, the secret to sound as an entrepreneur, it's a fine financial management structure depict how an entrepreneurship business in doing and why. Advantage of financial management. Financial management makes you a better macro manager. The example are the some are the advantages gained if you want financial management, turning your business with proactive management, or debts for business are easily approved, or planning for taxes, or planning in advance for worker settlement, or clear knowledge of growth orientation and setting goals for sales, or developing a system, a system for financial management. The first step is to create the financial statement. For proactive management, you need a plan in which a monthly generation of financial statement is done. This statement needs to include example income statement, or balance sheet, or cash flow statement. All of this information can be extracted from bookkeeping, invoices, bank statements, and invoices receipt. What next? So what about this slide? So in this slide, you will learn more more about financial management, entrepreneurship example. So financial planning process has you can see determined some financial statement has relationship with analyze and data at your company or develop and protect your company or cost and implementation your financial adoption plan or review your transaction or at your company or define the scope of the engagement. So also you can see accounting, reporting, analyze and planning. So reporting has know what is going on with your company, get and use God reports, ask question, provide oversight through understanding of financial statement. Or what about evaluate? So analyze data at your company to determine necessary causes or planning. It's very important as well to know more about your plan at your company. As I mentioned before, your best strategy for your company or a path got system in place, policies and processes that ensure good internal control of and accuracy as well. So what about this slide? Why are we concerned about the future as an entrepreneur and as a financial manager? Example, building visions for your company or thinking out of the box, network stakeholders or descending weak signals of emerging trends or exploring alternative features, etc. What next? So it's very important as well for you to learn more about foresight processes in your company. Example, foresight phase, how to make a good decision for your company to increase your profit, etc. And what next? So in this slide you can see and you will learn more about some advices for your company or some advices for you as a financial manager or as an entrepreneur. Example, interaction or survey for your products or a profit or funding or planning action implementation on indication impact and evaluation for your company or strategies policy and policies for your companies. It's very important. Or scoping for a site culture for your company. And what next? So this is advice for you as a students. Be a victor. Losers approach possibles as impossibles, then winners approach impossibles as possibles. Now, in this slide, you will learn more about a case study, as I mentioned in the before. So this case study is from my scientific paper. Included 100 businesses in Kosovo state. So you can see one question: which businesses have the most financial stable position? You can see contact problem based in position, example businesses, and the processes real case study, example financial position in companies. So businesses managers tips for success. You in the slide you can see some steps, 1 to 8 steps. So example, identify your strength. Please, it's very important for you as a student, as a financial manager in the future, or as a leader. Identify your strength. All leaders have their own talents, which are used in different ways to bring out the best in them. In themselves and others. Write down what you believe are your strongest assets, and skills. Keeping this in mind, decide what the best steps are for you to progress your career. And try not to compare yourself with others, but to approach people who inspire you to ask for their best advice. Another step, how to becoming a successful business leader or manager, financial manager: develop existing skills. Focus on developing the skills you already have. Becoming an expert in your field can give you more value as a leader, opening up new avenues for your future and teaching you how to be more receptive to new opportunities that arise. Another step, find a mentor. When looking to make your next career move, it's worth investing in a mentor, even if you are fairly senior in your field. Or get a different perspective. Opening yourself up to different perspectives will help you make more accurate decisions that are driven by long-term thinking and experiences rather than emotions. Leaders are externally a view, and they look for new ideas and inspiration from everywhere. Another step, network. Networking can be pivotal for career advancement and achieving success as a leader, as a manager. It helps you gain a greater understanding of the landscape outside of your own workplace, and in turn helps the outside world know more about you. So try to inject your personality everywhere you can and take risk, or say no more often. What about say no more often? Saying no isn't just freeing, it's necessary. If you disagree with a decision, explain your stance and give evidence. Every leader, every boss, every manager is unique, but as a rule, honestly, is always the best policy. In sign on the highest standards, so natural leaders or managers have relentlessly high standards. A lot of people, many think these standards are unreasonably high, but it is so important that leaders are continually raising the bar and driving their teams to deliver high quality products, services, and processes as well. And what next? So in this slide, you will see a figure why financial position, businesses need for reflection on success and financial business and or results, logistic regression, and natural logarithm. As I mentioned before, in this case study are included 100 businesses and 14 variables. So you will learn more about theory about financial position and in companies. So in every country, and in my country, Kosovo, the pandemic has caused a lot of damage to companies, closing some or reducing the number of employees, etc. For businesses to succeed and have a good financial position in the market, the decision-making board in cooperation with the financial manager, accountant, and other must work harder and analyze in detail each financial item in the financial statements to see their financial position. So through financial statements, financial planning should be analyzed accurately for future profit, for the payment of future liabilities according to the majority date, as well as how to sustainable policy for the benefit of the dividend. It's very important as well, the efficiency of workers, the quality of customer service, and the way the business is financed affects the stability of the financial position. So You can see some variables, example business size or financial position or liabilities from passive of the shed balance, active of the balance, return on equity or return on asset, incomes and expenses, and net profit. These variables are included in this case study. So you can see the hypothesis there is no relationship between the financial position and size of the businesses, or the alternative hypothesis there is significant relation between the financial position and size of the enterprises. So the purpose of this hypothesis is to look except profit, net, and size of companies and other variables incorporated in them, do they a greater impact on the success of larger or small enterprises? So you can see some results for this tables. It's very important. So this table indicate according to the variables, as I mentioned before, of financial position, as successful enterprises are 47 large enterprises and 7 small businesses out of a total of 45 that have a good financial position, while according to the same variables but at unsuccessful enterprises or with very little success are 6 large businesses and 14 small out of a total of 46. And as well, you can see the world statistics about classification and variables in the equation for financial position. So this table indicates the classification results for each step through the cut-fit value and the probabilities provided for the financial situation of businesses with better financial position and those with poor financial position. Example are 47 in the first step, or 66% in the second step, or 71.7% in the third step, etc. So what next? So in this slide you will learn more about original values of the dependent variables and other coded values. So this table indicates the financial position, highly successful businesses with number 1, then unsuccessful businesses or with little success with number 0, and business size large businesses are 45 and small businesses are 47. Out of a total of 45 large businesses, 47 of them are successful, while 6 are less successful or close to financial failing. Out of a total of 47 small businesses, 7 of them success, then 40 are at risk of bankruptcy or financial failing. What next? So in this slide you can see some recommendation for this topic. What should businesses do in the future? The success rate of large businesses was confirmed by 95% or 95.5 or 96% as a recommendation, improvement, foresight, and future thinking as a leader, as a entrepreneur, or as a financial manager. So you can see some ideas about financial managers, example, new product or service ideas, or future products naming, or new processes for doing something, or promotion your idea, or new future idea, etc. Another example or debate with your students, example, financial management and entrepreneurship. Describe the objectives of the exercise for your as a students, thinking about me, example, where I am now and where I want to be as a student. Space practice or elaboration with your ideas, or concrete example, where I am now and where I want to be in the future as a student. And now in this slide you can see business opportunities are like buses. There is always another one coming. learning is quotes by Richard Branson. So if there is one thing I have learned, it's and learn something new every day, because we need more knowledge for every day. This is my presentation for you, and thank you so much for your attention. Thank you so much for your attention. I hope you enjoyed my presentation. Hi. Hi. If you have any question, please ask me about financial manager or entrepreneur or companies or financial position. Hi, can you hear me? So thank you so much.